Hi everybody. Okay, so this is the I am agreement walkthrough. I'm going to give you the step-by-step of what your process will be, unless you are working with me directly, which is fine too. You can make an appointment and I can walk you through this and we can do it together. And I will facilitate. Normally how that will work is I will do it with you and then share energy and help move that through. So that's optional. But you don't need that. You can do this yourself. You are your own power. That is the whole point. And so I think that's probably the first thing I want to tell you, that you are the one doing this work, not me. This is a tool. So, the way that this document is, the first thing you're going to do when you get it is you're going to do the checklist. Just do the checklist, and that way you have an idea of where you're at before you start. And then after that, you're going to read through it. You can read through the prelude so that you understand how this all came about, or you can go and look at the instructions and do the review of the 3-page agreement. Once you've done that, you can literally scroll through the document. Now your eyes will take this in. Your mind is an amazing supercomputer, and your eyes will see what's on the page, so you can scan it really, really quickly. All the way through to the rest of the document. There's nothing more to do there. Now, if you're preferring to do the review, the long review, I encourage you to do that. But alternatively, you can also choose to do the full scan, see how it makes you feel, and then if you don't like it, then go back through and do manual exclusions, and then just redo it. You're in control, so you can do the full list, see if you like it. If you don't like it, go back through, set your exclusions, and redo it. You can also do the same with the grid as an option. I explained that in the instructions, getting attuned to the grid, having access to the grid, and sharing and all this work. It gives you kind of a leg up, gives you a community where we're all sharing together and working together in this process. So that is an option. Again, you can try it, and then if you want, you can also go back and then set those as exclusions next time if you don't like it, and then just redo the agreement. So you can try it, and then if you don't like it, exclude it and remove it. Very simple. So that's also optional. And so yet you will scan the whole agreement through, okay? And then once you think you're good, then you're just going to it's going to be a hand sequence, and the agreement explains it, and the instructions also explain what the process looks like. I'm going to explain a little bit first on how people experience things. So people experience things differently. I think, when I write these documents, I write it from my own frame of mind in some way, so I want to make sure that I clarify to you that you may be a visual person, or you may be somebody that smells things or hears things, or you feel things. So how we experience this, it doesn't have to be the way I've explained it. So please don't feel like you have to hang out and wait to have that sensation come over you. Just know that it's really important that you allow this to express in a way that's, it'll come in the way you're attuned to have it come into you, and that's fine. The really important thing to understand is that it's you doing it, you're in control, and that your intentions are being made clear, and that we're going to create an electrical circuit, which I explained in the prelude. I'll probably get into that in a different video a little bit more, but basically we're creating a circuit that is allowing us to kind of change from brain to heart, from back to heart to mind, where the heart processes things at a much higher understanding, so to speak. And it's really not the heart, it's really this point. I refer to it almost like a 0 point, or it's this point within you. It's that God point, as everything goes inward. And so you're going to be creating that circuit and giving your focus, your intention to make these changes, and under the conditions that have been set in the agreement, which lays out the fact that it will be safe, it's possible, and it's done in a way that's going to disperse the energy safely, so that you don't have healing crisis, and you don't have all this crazy, these weird after effects. This is very, very gentle. And I'm going to show you the sequence, but I want to kind of lead with saying you should be sitting, and you can get a little dizzy after you do this. It's great to do this in a group if you can get other people to do it with you, because really it seems to give it a boost having each other present. So if there is somebody else that would want to do this with you, that would be kind of great. But you don't have to. It just seems to be kind of gives it a different quality feel. So anyway, so when you're doing this, basically you're going to have your hands. I like to rub my hands together. It's very qigong. And then you're going to put your hand behind your head. And it's going to be off the head. I don't know if I can get this webcam to show you, but it's going to basically be off the head by a couple inches, and then at the chest it's going to be off the chest by a couple inches. I do that because me personally, I am sensory, so I'm feeling for the energy at the back of the head, and I want to feel the energy build up between my head and my hand. So that's what I'm looking for me. You may have a different experience of this, and that's okay. I'd love to know what those experiences are for you, so I can kind of share those back to people, so they can kind of get a sense of what kind of things people experience. So basically, you're gonna have a hand at the back of the head, okay, and at the chest, and you're gonna make the first statement. So I am enacting protocol 1 for the I am agreement, and just close your eyes, and I want you to feel in to the back of the head. There's a huge bundle of nerves at the back of the head, by the way. I found Candace Pert's work on the molecules of emotion to be fascinating, and she explains a lot of the electrical layouts. I won't get into that too much, but I just wanted to tell you that that is one of the things that she had mentioned. So that's kind of where you're at. You can see. So it's behind the head. So I'm enacting protocol 1 at the back of the head. And then at the heart space, what you're doing is kind of obtaining what you need to be able to make all this change. Now you're going to bring that into the heart, and you're going to say, I'm enacting protocol 2. That's where I really want you to put your focus. I really want you to really focus on the heart. And feeling into that, and feeling into your power, and feeling into the compassion for yourself, and for everything. And once you feel like you can see it, or hear it, or smell it, or the sensations become really heavy, sometimes the chest gets really heavy. Some people feel almost like what's like a flushing sensation from their body. I've heard that many times now, where it's almost like it flushes and it kind of disappears, and then the energy builds back up. It's almost like it's getting rid of old and then building up new, which is kind of interesting. So just roll with it, but once you feel like you're good, you're going to say, I accept, or I'm enacting protocol 3, which is the same sequence as the accept sequence, and then you're just going to push that in to your chest. Then I want you to take a couple deep breaths and just give yourself a few minutes, because you may feel, especially if it's your first time around, you're going to feel a little dizzy, and that's okay. Also know that sometimes, getting through a night, in the next day, it can be a little bit, you'll start to slowly see a little bit more and more change. So that's pretty much what the sequence looks like, and I guess I just wanted to let you see it, because it is kind of hard to understand it when you're reading it, and I was going to get a picture up on the site, but I thought the video is better. So that's pretty much where that is, and that's it. Really, people see a document that big and they think, this is going to take forever. It doesn't. It actually really, I can get the whole thing done with people usually in under 20 minutes. So, but then they can go back through if they need to and do exclusion. So, anyway, I think that's it for this. Thanks.